Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back, answering the most important question on Reddit. Am I the bunghole? Let's dive in and see. Am I the bunghole for giving my daughter a better present than my son? I hold my comments until the end, so I'm going to read this whole thing all the way through before giving anything. Our son is 22 and our daughter is 26. She bought a house in July. We know that moving into a new home always comes with unexpected costs, right after you probably depleted most of your funds. So, for Christmas, we gave her $4,000. Our son, we gave a few different gifts, totaling somewhere around $800. Our daughter had to work Christmas, but we did Christmas on the 26th, and she stayed with us for the holidays from then until yesterday. Our son lives with us and told us both that he didn't want to say anything while his sister was there, but his feelings were hurt by the disparity in the value of the gifts. We explained that the gifts we got him were tailored to his interests, but his sister had just passed a big life milestone where money is more important to her right now than sentiment. He said it's still hurtful because it feels like we are more proud of her than him. My wife got really frustrated when he said that and asked why he would choose the least charitable interpretation of our actions. He said that's just how he felt and he couldn't control it. I said that we didn't give her the money because we were more proud, but because we had experienced being new homeowners and knowing that something always breaks in the first 6 months and it's always expensive. He said that was all fine and good, but it still hurt to get a worse present and feel like an afterthought. My wife asked if he expected us to get him $4,000 worth of gifts, and he said no, but he expected the gifts between him and his sister to be equal. My wife said that that's the same thing, and my son said it isn't. He said that we could have given her the monetary equivalent of what we gave him. I told him that it isn't really fair for him to decide how much we spend on someone else's gifts. Furthermore, cash is less personal than gifts, so giving her a cash equivalent to what he got would be getting her the worst gift. He said we weren't listening to him, just justifying. My wife said we didn't need to justify anything, and he was being entitled. At that point, he said he didn't want to talk unless everyone was civil, and he went to his room. He skipped lunch, breakfast for him, today, and when he left for work, he didn't say goodbye, even though I was right by the door. My wife is irritated, and my son is clearly resenting us. I can't really decide if we're in the wrong here. On the one hand, we should be able to give our money to whoever we want. On the other, I never want to hurt my son's feelings. Were we wrong? All right, we've got a good bit to unpack here. First off, you did something right in the fact that your son felt comfortable enough to come to you with his feelings about this. You did not handle it very well at all. He is entitled to feel that way because it was kind of a bunghole move. You could have given her that gift of the $4,000 separately when it wasn't at Christmas and where there couldn't be a comparison. It could have been a birthday gift. It could have been something else. You could have went a different route with that, but you didn't, and that's in the past, and there's no going back from that. But your son came to you, and he said, I felt this way. And your response to that was, but you shouldn't. And so, yeah, you're being the bunghole in this situation, straight off the top. Now, I feel very much from the way that you explained this, that your son was very mature in how he handled this. Now, he lives with you. He's 22 years old. I don't know your personal situation, but it sounds like he has a job, right? He got up and went to work. It sounds like he is fairly well adjusted, that maybe he's not just kicking around not doing anything, and maybe he does need to be told that you're proud of him, because you know what? People do need to be told that. If you have somebody in your life that you're proud of, tell them that. It makes them feel good. It encourages them to do better and more of what they're doing. So always give the positive reinforcement. Make sure that you're not just giving the negative reinforcement. And I feel like that's what's really lacking here, is that maybe your son isn't like he's feeling like his sister, who is 4 years older, so she is very much farther along in her life's past, because 4 years at that age is enormous. At my age, it's not so much. But back then, it was a big deal. The difference between 22 and 26 is big. And she just bought a house. She's doing well. And so he's feeling a little inadequate. His big sister is moving into a new stage of her life, and he feels like he's kind of spinning his wheels, maybe. Like maybe he's not exactly happy that he's still at mom and dad's. Maybe he's not exactly happy with where his career is. I don't know it. Or where his education is. I don't know it. But what I do know is that he came to you and he said, I feel this way. And you told him don't. You told him you can't. You told him no, you shouldn't, because of this justification that I am giving you. That's what you did. And not to be mean about it, but that's kind of the bunghole move there. I don't know that he could have come in a different direction and had a better reception, because it seems like that's a very healthy way to approach it. Like, he waited until she left and came to you like a mature adult. Like, I don't understand how he could possibly come at you in a better way. The problem here is clearly you understanding that maybe sometimes you're wrong too. Now, I get a lot into cognitive reasonings, and when he says something here that people don't understand, that people don't think differently, and I spent a lot of time working on how people think differently, and that's on the Infinite Integrations channel, and it's on that playlist over there. But I deal with that, and what he's telling you right here is that he is things. He needs the things reinforcement. He needs the things. He's feeling lack in the things, and he is focused on things. And so he needs that reinforcement to come in the form of things. I'm not going to try and type anybody from any of this, but I do deal a lot with that over there. And it is something to look into, because people think differently, and maybe your ideas and tradition, or like you could be SI and he's SE, and that conflict right there, it's not a great one, but it's there, and it's something to be aware of. Anyway, but also, you don't need to justify a gift. That's the other caveat to this situation, is you don't need to justify your gift. You are fully free to give to whoever, however, whenever you choose. I would suggest possibly that maybe you consider situations like this in the future going forward. I also say that maybe you should apologize to your son. Not for the gift, but for how you handled him coming to you with his feelings. Because it is so very, oh my God, it is so very important for people to be open and honest with the people in their lives. And he tried, and you sat on it. And that's not good. So you definitely need to apologize for that. I'm not going to say anything about apologizing for the gift, because you are free to give the gift, but maybe you should have considered more, and you can make the determination there on whether you should apologize for that. But you absolutely should apologize for the way that you handled him coming to you with his feelings. So that's where we're going to wrap this up. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. If you like what I'm doing, hit all the bells and whistles. You know what to do. Until next time, I love you. You are perfect, whole, and complete just the way that you are. This has been pittstake. Peace.